Hello, everyone. Welcome back to some more Satisfactory. Alright, so in today's episode, we are planning to build a space elevator. Obviously, as you can see, we still have that to do. Luckily enough, the space elevator shouldn't be too difficult to build. Build it right about there. But we're going to need some plates. And, what else did we need, actually? Plates, some rods, and some wire. And luckily enough, sort out. All right. Oops. Nice. All right. Awesome. We did get what I think we did. Okay. We need some plates. What am I doing? There we go. To get some plates, we're going to need to craft a smelter and some constructors. Luckily enough, we have some right here. As you can see. Temporarily. Put them right here. Dang, really? Okay, looks like I can't build it right now. Because I need some plates. Okay, nice. Don't know why that thing was running. Just running away for some reason. Alrighty. So in the first episode's just gonna be out as I'm releasing this. Or as I'm recording this, actually, not releasing it. As I'm recording this, episode 1 has been edited and will be releasing relatively soon. So that's cool. We need to put conveyor like so. There we go. Now the conveyor belt is going to push these into there. Awesome. Okay. Alright, plates here. You can merge these two together. Boom. Then some more splitters. Then we merge them one final time. And then put them all together. Where is it? Organization. That's where it is. Like so. There we go. All right. Okay. Excellent. Now, in the meantime, oh yeah, because we're not in phase 2 yet, so we can't really do much with it. I remember. Alrighty. In the meantime, right? What we could do is, because we've got a map now. As you can see, our map is right here. We either go exploring a little bit, see what we can find. Jump pads would be nice, but rather not. Okay, looks like our thing is doing very well. Power needs to actually be increased a little bit, I'm going to be honest. Put a splitter here. Okay. What can we research in the map, actually? Still got so much to research. We have hard drives to get as well, actually. Okay. Object scanner. That's what I needed. One object scanner. Poof. There we go. And we can put the object scanner in our hand. Oh, research. Power slugs. That's what we needed right here. Slug scanning. Now we could scan for slugs and try to find some.
Power slugs extract latent energy from their surroundings to sustain themselves. By tuning the object scanner to the particular potential energy signature, it is now able to locate them against the background environmental static.
Yes. There's one up there. We saw it from far away anyway, so. Alright. Need an extra space for my inventory eventually. Jesus Christ, come on. Okay. Oh shit, there's another one over there. Alright. There are 4 iron nodes here. Awesome. And plus 2 over there, so that's 6. But if I'm not mistaken, these are going to be impure. There's no way that they have like so many of these as pure. Yeah, they're impure nodes. Knew it. Alright. It's not a big problem. But still, it's unideal. Let's put it that way. Collect all of these. Then we go for that other one right over there. I see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. Ah, my eye. Right over there. I see it. We're gonna go over to it. Alright, so I didn't explain how I did it last time. But the sliding, so you know when I do this, it boosts the speed. I basically, you have to slide. Ooh, hold on, let me just do that real quick. There we go. You have to slide, jump, then it's technically, is it crouching technically? Yeah, you have to run, crouch, jump, then crouch again, and then you keep going. Which one's this? Is this impure? It's a normal one. Ooh, okay. That's quite interesting actually, because if this is a normal one, we could use this as our concrete production as well. Because if I'm not mistaken, that produces actually 60, which is what we need. Boom, get fucked, hog. I love the ragdoll physics in this game, it's awesome. Alright. Anyway, get like some more blue power slugs. Okay, we can actually change that out for this. Alright, perfect. How's our inventory holding up? It's doing alright. Keep cutting down some of these leaves. Oops, oops. Okay, by the time we're done with this and getting some more leaves, I think our little plate farm should be alright. Here real quick. Chop these down for good measure. Alright. How's our concrete doing? Doing alright, actually. Alright. Perfect. Okay. How many do we have right now? We're at 100. We're at damn. Okay. We're pretty good, actually. So as I said, we're gonna. That's a good plate farm, actually. Not gonna lie. Right. Fluffy tail hog is back here. Hello, dick. Come here, whole bag. Oh, there you go. I see another Slug. We're gonna need you. Oops. Shit. Oh. Slug. Come here, buddy. Oh, aha. That's another good one right there. I see it. Yoo-hoo! I'm coming to kill you. Ugh. Yeah, come on, bitch. I'm afraid. Ugh. Alright. We got concrete. Got some iron. Reinforced iron plates, actually. That's really good. Rotors. Ah, we need megawatts. So we need power. Which is actually not too bad. Got enough of it. Just need to bring it over here. Whee! Whee! Alright. And that's where the sprinting slash jumping comes in handy. Because, Oop. Alrighty. Awesome. We can get rid of you. Put you in there. Okay. Awesome. The reason I'm also getting rid of all of this is so that it goes into here. We could see what we can grab. So for example, we could get rid of the the iron that we had. There we go. Rods we don't really need because we're getting some anyway. Cable, concrete. This will all be good. God, there's so many slugs around. Oh. Don't know why I was grabbing that like that. I could have just said remove all. Oh well. Really? Okay, that's quite... it's not that bad, but... Okay. Alrighty. Okay, plates are doing very well. What did we need for the space elevator again? We could actually build it. Okay. I'm just thinking where to put it. I want to put it close, but not too close, if you know what I mean. So maybe right over... right about there. Ho ho. Yes. Build it, my precious. Alright. Oh, freaking wrong picture.
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project Assembly orbital platform. Project assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator.
Yep.
Subsequent phases unlock access to new
Gonna.
tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore, and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
I won't, Ada. All right. So as Ada was saying, we have to basically save the day by basically completing phases for our station. You know, fun stuff. Alrighty. What we are going to probably do is make those power shards, 100%. We are then going to... Where's the thing here? There we go. Do we have anything like that? I don't think so. Nutrients, we don't have enough. Power slugs, we need the yellow one for that. Quartz, we don't have enough for this stuff anyway. So we're going to get the hard drive in there. Alright, and let's keep going. Okay, what was the plan? Well, the plan is that we're going to have to build the smart plating. That's what we're going to need. First, I think what we're going to do is drop down that. That's the only negative part about chopping down stuff, is that it's not as efficient as you'd expect it to be. Anyway, we're going to need to figure out how we're going to do this. Which is not too bad, actually. Jesus Christ. Ah! Jesus. I need to go around all the time. It really annoys me. There we go. That's good, and that's good. Alrighty. Good. We need to focus on getting smart plating done. Now, smart plating, we can actually see how it's done, because we have an assembler. Now, to get smart plating, we need reinforced plates and rotors. Now, to get reinforced plates doesn't seem to be too difficult. We just need iron plates and screws. Now, the screws are 60 per minute, but if we lower this to a 4 per minute... Oops, sorry. There you go. You only need 48 screws. Which is actually pretty terrible, actually. Can I just make that a 3, then? Hold on. 5 per minute is that? So would it be 4.5, then? .15. 4.17. Jesus Christ, 4.16. God damn. There was a way to change this number here. But I guess not. Alright, well, we're gonna have to go with 30 plates and then some screws. Alright. That's not a problem. As such. Which does mean that we have to do that to make it equal. Although not really. Anyway, disassemble this. We need some plates and some limestone. Not limestone. Concrete is what we need to start building foundations and building the rest of them. Eventually, this will be changed out for something way better, obviously. But as of right now, it's gonna have to do. Alrighty. Oops. And then eventually we can always get better boots to make us go even faster. Alrighty. I think our first task is going to be the expansion of concrete. Our concrete production must expand. So what we could do is, how much is that? 75 per minute. We're not going to do that. 75 is pretty low, especially when you realize that it takes, what, 45 concrete to make, or 45 limestone to make one concrete. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to need to get to the other one. What we're actually going to do is we're going to build a little bit. All right. So we are now above the clouds. Right, well, above the clouds. No, we're not. We're up on the hill. Let's put it that way. So now we can get to this place much quicker. I just realized something. Excuse me. We're going to need to get back to base quicker as well. Or quicker, I should say. Jesus Christ. Steven. The fuck? Oh. Anyway, that'll work for now. It's not that important. What we're gonna need. I came back here for a reason. What did I come back here for? Yes, that's what I came back for. I came back to make some portable miners. We're gonna make... So there's 6, 7 of them. Make 7 portable miners. There we go. How is our thing doing? 3 more minutes. Okay, we've still got enough time. Alrighty. Aye. Bitch. Yeah, come on. I ain't afraid. Yeah, exactly. Get fucked. Alright. We're gonna have to build a platform here somewhere. I would think the platform would be at this level. It's easier for us to access. We don't have to worry about pesky stuff. So, we are gonna build right about here. Okay. So we need miners. Mergers. That is the middle one. There we go. Okay. Let's hook up the power a little bit. Okay, because what we could try and do is make the phase 1 stuff right over in this area. Oh shit. Alright, we're good. as I said. This is more... Oops. Alright, perfect. We'll do this. There we go. Now, these are making 30 per minute, as you can see. Fully power sharded gives them 75, which we are not going to do because that's not worth it. It's not that it's not worth it, but it's just that we don't really want that. We are going to build a crafting bench here as well while we're at it because, well, obviously, we're going to need to craft stuff as well. For example, these iron ingots that we're going to craft. Once we complete phase 1, that'll be a huge milestone already for this series because completing phase 1 gives you to the next area, or gives you to the next phase, which is phase 2, obviously. Well, makes sense, doesn't it? Which means more complicated stuff to build, more research to be done. As you can see, the MAM research has now been done. We will now construct our little area. There we go. All right. What we will do is... Let's clear out all this grass real quick, or leaves. There we go. Alright. So that is that. Now, these make 60 per minute, which means that they're going to have to go into smelters. But, I have an idea. Hold on. If we make... I need to get a, something to make us go up faster. Alrighty. There's our miner. Alright, that's 60 per minute. We want 120. There we go. Alright. Then, with that 120, so we can now get... Okay, let's get it back here. Okay. We will then... concrete. I wish you could change that in the no. 12? What if I manually move it? $13.3. Oh. That'll do. There we go. Now, another little tip that I'm going to give you guys. If you go on F, or actually, if you just, what's it called? Press your mouse wheel in, you'll actually be copying your constructor or the thing that you clicked on. But not only that, it also copies the stats that you've actually put in. So for example, that one there was 39,999. What we could do actually, to make it a bit more better, to make it easier. Hold on. 10. There we go. You know what? We'll make it 10 per thing, right? So what we do is, hold on, put it like this. Okay. Then we have a splitter right here. Let's put it. Alrighty. All right. And then, so now you'll see 120 coming out per minute, which is going to be so cool. Wait for it. Wait for it. That's so cool. Honestly, I love it. You know what? Make that. Like that, we know which color and what they're making. You know? And since it's making 10 per minute, oh, you know what? That might be cool. Yes. Oh my god, yes. Dude, Steven, you're so smart. Okay. Now that's a good thing. How are my plates doing? They seem to be doing alright. Good. Alrighty. Okay. I don't trust that yet. So I am not going to go to it just yet. Good thing is that we're still running two. Oh, for God's sake, what's the word? Two power cells? Power shards. Power shards. That's the word. Power shards. Unlike in the first episode where I couldn't figure out the word proficient. My dumbass, honestly. How the hell did I not know the word proficient? And to be honest, it was actually the wrong word. It was actually optimizing that I was looking for. But the first word that came into mind was proficient. Because technically speaking, proficient is a correct term, but it's not the right term for what we were doing. It was optimized. We have to optimize our workflow. That's what the right word would be. But no, I used proficient because that was the first word that came to mind. And because I'm an idiot. But no. Okay, so we need to keep on chopping down these trees. Try and make it a little bit more smooth, if you know what I mean. I don't like it when it's all bumpy and ridgy and all that shit. I like it to be more or less flat. Also, obviously our MAM research was finished as well, so we have to check that out, obviously. Let's see here. Ooh. Ooh. That's actually really good. Shit. Although, yeah, it looks good, but it doesn't at the same time. You know? I could rescan. Yeah, go on then. Bolted frame. That could actually be good. You know what? We'll take the bolted frame. Alright, power slugs. We need a yellow one, which we haven't gotten yet. But that's not a problem. Okay, how is our power doing so far? As you can see, it's chewing through our power right now. So I fear it's okay. But it could be better. Okay. Good. How is the thing doing here? Wish we could. I don't want to do jump pads though. What's the thing? Okay. Anyway, doesn't matter. We need to get focused. We need to focus. First off, grab some more concrete. That's 200. That's not too bad. I think as well, what I want to get is a stack of rods. Okay. Then I want to get because technically speaking, I could make. How is our thingy going actually? It's going pretty well. All right, 3 stacks is a pretty good number. We need more biofuel and all that, so something we could do. I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make some biofuel. I will cut, obviously, because it's gonna take me a while to do this. So, all right. So we have hog protein. Oh wait, no, we haven't researched that yet. Now we need to do this alien capsule. There you go. Now we can do it. There we go.
Research complete.
Now we can make biomass by alien thing. So, I'll see you guys shortly.
Capsules.
My dumbass just like, I mean, remember what I said. Like, you can automate it. Don't have to focus on building it. There's some things you have to build, but there's some things you can just automate. Like, for example, building biofuel. Why the hell would you build it? Just automate it, you know? Lizard doggo. Yo. Alright. Anyway, we need to, in theory, Jesus Christ, Steven. Jump up. There we go. In theory, we need to start building more this way as well. It gets so loud. There we go. And we're out of plates. Nice. Okay. Well, it's not nice, but we're really struggling with plates. Not really. All right. I do try streaming this game, but I think I might actually just record it rather than stream it. Because I get to do it at my own pace. I don't have to worry, like it's not a big problem. I don't have to worry about anything. I've had problems with certain games where people are like, oh no, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. And, like, I get where they're coming from. They want it to be optimized in their own way. But the thing is that people play differently to how you play. You shouldn't have to worry, or you shouldn't have to force people to play how you want to play. I'm actually going to turn it down a little bit more. Mute game when minimized. Mute licensed music. Oh, nice. Okay. Mute game chat notifications. Misophonia? Enable to turn off sounds such as eating, drinking, etc. Okay. Left and right audio channels. Okay. Maybe I should turn down the chainsaw because it's really fucking loud. Gas mask volume, hazmat suit volume, hover pack volume. The rest is actually pretty fine, to be honest. It's genuinely just you have unset changes. Are you sure you wish to continue? Cancel. There we go. Because that's still so loud at 30%, dude. It's crazy. Because eventually what we could do is we could make this our main base. The main hub, if you know what I mean. Oops. Okay, let's keep going. Come on. Okay. Just a few more bushes / trees. And then we're pretty set. There we go. Alright. Anyway, we need to focus now. Get over. Oh, don't need that in there. Whew. Okay, good. We are now at 480 megawatts, which is decent for what we're getting now. Oops, Stephen. You forgot something. What did you forget, Stephen? Ah, why, thank you. Thank you for asking. You forgot to get some plates. Oh, did I know? Oh. Yes, you did. Dumbass. What's wrong with me? Honestly. I want to thank you guys, honestly, for being with me this whole time through this journey that I'm going through on YouTube and Twitch and, you know, all of this. All of this wouldn't be possible if I didn't have people like you, the viewers, coming to watch my dumbass every single time to play some games like this. It wouldn't be possible. It wouldn't be a thing. Like, I genuinely wouldn't be here without your guys' support. So I want to thank you guys for that, honestly. Uh, whether it be you guys, whether it be my girlfriend, who does watch eventually. Like, she doesn't always watch, but she watches, which is quite cute. And I like that. She really enjoys watching me play. She likes watching me geek out.
Collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid state and exhibits a most pungent smell. It is fortunate fixit helmets are of such high quality. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Okay. So here we have a lot of concrete now. So, motherfucker, dude. Thank you. Move, dickhead. Okay. So one more miss two here. Okay. Just want to test something real quick because I'm not sure in and of itself if this will work. Let's try it anyway. I think it should. No, it doesn't. All right. Well, what we're gonna have to do then is build it a little bit lower. What I might do is I might do a control, like tutorial type thing, like, hey, this is how you control it, type stuff. You know what I mean? So that you, the viewers, can actually enjoy playing this as well. Oops. Mother. Jesus Christ. Steven. Alright. There we go. Then what we can do is we can put mergers right about here. Something like that. Okay. What we'll do is we'll put a merger right about here. What the fuck? Yeah, sorry, I'm just stupid. My something's just coming in and it's just pissing me off because it's just messaging me and stuff and I don't care. Jeez, this is gonna be harder than I thought. Unless I do this. And then have the... So... Let's chop them down. There we go. Okay. Hey, you think you can get me, bitch? No. Alright. I'll try and see if we can get a little bit further this time with what we got. There we go. So now they're being done. Okay, but we need to think. How are we going to do what I want to do? That is a very good question that will be answered shortly. There we go. Because we have now, that's what, 120? Merge them together. To make 120, right? Which is good. That's excellent. I like that. But now, this is where it gets interesting. We can make something very interesting. And you're going to see what I mean by that. You may be thinking, Stephen, but they only produce 120. And the smelters only take 30. Why are you making more? Well, there's a very simple reason for that. First of all, I'm going to get this dickhead out of the way. Move! Bitch. It's a very simple reason for that. You have what we call manifolds, and then you have a belt. Oh, God. Sorry, I have to Google it. Load balancer, that's what it is. So you have manifold and load balancers. Manifolds, it's either one of the two. Don't. Actually, wait, hold on. I can tell you what, because I know which one I'm talking about, but there we go. Okay. Yeah. So you have manifolds, which are basically what I'm about to do now. One straight line of stuff. So, well, let me put these as iron ingots. So now, the thing is, right, usually what happens is, with a splitter, is, so you send 120 down the line here, right? But it gets split in two. So this goes, normally it should be, if you only use 60, it's 30 and 30. But since you have 120, you give this one double what it needs, right? And then the next one gets the normal amount, right? And then so on and so forth. Once the first one gets full, it only takes one. So it still processes down the line. You'll see what I mean. It's slow in the beginning, but once you get your load balancers or your manifolds correctly, yeah, that's what it was. It was a manifold that I was looking for. Once your manifolds are done correctly, you don't have a problem anymore, and you should be all right. So, for example, I'm going to put mine right here. So as you can see, oh yeah, shit, I would help if I did this, wouldn't it? So, as you can see, this is receiving 60 per minute, right? So it's filling up way more than it should be. This one's receiving 30, so this is receiving the normal amount of iron ore. But if this one fills up all the way, what happens? Well, it stops. So it stops producing iron. Well, no, it stops taking iron ore. Let's put it that way. It doesn't stop producing iron ingots, but it stops taking iron ore. Which then means this full 120 goes this way. And then it splits off here to give 60 and 60. And so on and so forth. Which means, once this is full, technically speaking, these four that are producing 120, instead of producing just 120 ore, they will produce 180, which is slightly more, and you can always scale it up later on, because that's how compact it is. It's super tiny, as you can see. You know what we might do? Iron. Iron is a more bluey thingy on it. So okay. Good thing is that these are. This is the paint is free. We'd have to. All right. Good. So as you can see, these ones are working full time. So as you can see, they're working 60. Perfect. Not a problem. But what we can do now is, since they're producing that many, we can actually regroup. That's now made 120. The only thing is you need to be careful because, as you can see, it's still filling up right here. So watch what happens now. It's going to fill up, and then slowly you'll see that it's going to stop, you see? So now it starts filling up, and then you'll notice that there's, instead of just one ore, two, three, there's now three ore or four ore going by. So now this one is going to start filling up a little bit faster as well. See, now it's at 20. Oh, it's gone up to 21. You see? And obviously it's full, so now it won't produce anymore. But now it's taking all this iron ore ready to be used. Alrighty. So we need smart plating. I'll put the assembler over here. Okay, so for smart plating, we need 1 and 1. Which means we need rotors and reinforced plates. Now for rotors, that's not going to be too much of a problem, because we have what we need over here. It's 45. That makes 80. I'd rather not. So stupid color coordinating this shit. It's not necessary, but I like it. It's cool. It looks good, okay? Let me. There we go. Okay, sorry. Getting distracted. Which is not good. That's not good that I'm getting distracted. But anyway. This could start making lots of different stuff. It could start by making something very important. The rotors could actually come from here. That's actually not a bad idea. See, so rotors, for example, they take 100 screws, which we can make. Actually, is there another iron ore around here somewhere? No, there isn't. Crap. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try it anyway. The problem with these type of things is that problem is with impure nodes is that they don't give you a lot, which is where it kind of sucks, and you have to kind of regroup them all together, which is what we're gonna try and do now. So we're gonna merge. Okay. So they're slowly moving over there now, so that's good. Okay. But as you can tell, see what's happening? So that's what a load balance, that's what a manifold does. It fills up one by one till all of these are full. Now the thing is technically speaking, it should only fill up 4, but it can fill up a bit more eventually. What we can do, an idea. See? All right. Which means that hey, whoa, yo, dickhead. The fuck, bitch. All right. Anyway. Okay. There we go. All right. Perfect. So we have 60, 120, and 120, which is absolutely phenomenal. Which now means we can start focusing on doing stuff. We're going to have one thing of 120 going this way. Okay. Just thinking. So we need... This is where it gets a bit annoying, because what do we need? We need reinforced plates, because the reinforced plates need to be built. Motherfucker. Oh, here, select recipe. The reinforced plates need plates, and they need cast screws, which is great. Awesome. Not a problem. Well, they need screws, technically speaking. We can either get 50 per minute or 40 per minute, which is cool, you know. But we need to figure out what we're going to do. I think this side, we're going to make the cast screws and the plates. Or the plates on this side and the cast screws on that, because I'm just trying to think. Because in total, we need 2, right? And I think they each make 5, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, 5 and 4. So we need 2 things for rotors. So 200 screws, 40 iron rods, which is not too difficult. That's basically 3 constructors of iron rods. And this is where it's going to be a bit more complicated. We need 200, but the thingy is... Hold on. Because I just realized something. I just realized something huge. Hold on. Hold on. Because that produces what? That's 60 of them? So if I do... Right? That's an idea. Hold on. Okay. Since that's making 60, right? And that's good. Okay. That gives us a little bit of leeway. Okay. All right. Cast screws are 12.5 per minute, right? Which is good. And then you have iron rods, which are 15 per minute, which is even better. So what we could do is build a splitter right here, okay? We need 2 splitters. So we need a splitter actually right about here, and another one here. Should we belt too steep? Okay. That'll be more efficient. All right. Gosh, really? We're missing cable? How? We had so much of it. All right, anyway, we need to go get some more cable done. Let's go. Luckily enough, the cable isn't too far, so it should be a problem to get. Excuse me. I'm still a little bit exhausted from doing the wallpapering, because I did some wallpapering today, which is good. The room's coming out very nicely. My new gaming room. So at the moment I am in the dining room eating. In the dining room playing games. So it doesn't really benefit me as such being here in this room. But that's all I have for now, you know what I mean? Like it does well, you know? It's not terrible. Like I'm not gonna start complaining about it, you know? Like I'm happy where I am. The only negative part is that obviously the camera's down here, right by my hand. And it doesn't really help when I'm doing streaming. Because the problem is I'm focused up here and I'm focused on the screen, so you can't see me head on. I'm focused on this rather than focusing on you guys, which kind of annoys me a little bit. But you know, hey, the problem is that the window doesn't. It's not that it doesn't close, but the sun comes through really brightly, and it's not really nice for you guys either. Okay, see what I've got. I could get a little bit more of those. I just realized something as well. Because I have some spare thingies here. I could. Because I've got some spare screws. I could also send the screws up top here towards there. That could be an idea. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Okay. The only thing is, right, that to make that we need 100 screws. So we'd only be making 4 rotors per minute. Although, it doesn't seem like a bad idea. Because 4 rotors per minute can feed at least 2 of those. Right? What the hell is that there? Yeah, doesn't matter. Because we can make 2 smart plating per minute. And that feeds 4, right? Okay, hold on. I've got an idea. If I make a merger. Hold on. Okay. And then I make a merger right about here. Okay. Good. That makes rotors. That's 20 per minute, which is nice. So that's 1 rotor done. Now what we could do is we could transport the rotors. Because those are only going to be 4 per minute. Fuck. Okay. I didn't ask that to happen, but whatever, I guess. Okay, well, I mean, that's okay then. Because then what we could do is we could do this. So we could have 1 there. Okay. There we go. So now it's going to be making that. Excellent. Eventually, we're going to do something different, obviously. As you can see, I think... Yep, it is completely full. So as you can see, the manifold has now been fulfilled. So now what we can do is we could focus one half on it, making the plates, another half on it, making something else. So to make reinforced plates, we need 60 screws and 30 iron plates. We can optimize that a little bit by doing what I like to call a bit of cheese. What we could do is we'll move this around this side, like so, right? And we'll move this side more around here. Right, we'll start with this side because this side is getting the iron more often. So we need, it's getting 120. It's actually not a bad idea. Okay. Since we're getting 120, we'll divide them in two. Again. So we'll split off right about here. Take half and go this way. Uh, that makes six. No, that doesn't make 60. That makes 20, doesn't it? Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this a different way then. We're gonna have to focus some of our stuff on something else then. Okay. Just trying to think here. Because if I bring it over this way, you know, okay. I need to think. Because that's 120 and that's 30 per thing. So we could make lots of plates. Okay. So because now the thing is, if I put a rack, what about here? Alright, I could bring this. Well, maybe if I do it like this. Okay, there we go. Then we could take, although, hold on. go. Okay. All right. So we've now got this here. Okay. So that's that for the most part. Okay. So that is now making iron plates. But that's going to give 60 per minute, which is ideal. And that's going to be the exact same as that manifold over there. As you can see, it's making plates. We then, I think what we could do actually, I have an idea. Let's get rid of this again. I know, it's annoying, I know. But there is a more useful way to do this. Actually, just realized something. Hold on. If I do that, that's much better. All right. Because then what we could do is we build a okay. There we go. There comes the rest. As you can see, it's all being produced very nicely. Okay. Now, since we're going to be getting lots of what's it called? Lots of this. That's 120. That could be used in another way as well. So, for example, here we build cast screws. Since it's 120, that's technically so it's 4, that's 8 machines, technically speaking. But what we could do, actually, because that just gave me an idea, there is another way of building a manifold. And that is a split manifold, like so. And you could put more or less the same amount. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. We have 8 here. We're going to put splitters all over the gaff. Okay. I thought I put cast screws on them. Nope. Cast screws. Idiot. There we go. Because the thing is now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. The problem is that since this is being split into 3, it's now giving 40, 40, 40, right? Now they only need 12, which is fine. That's not a problem. But it's once it gets further on that the problems start to occur. Alright? Stuff like biofuel, not a problem, because biofuel isn't that interesting. But stuff like this is a little bit more risky. You have a little bit more risk and reward for this type of stuff. But all of it comes in handy eventually. So you have 50 coming out of this, 50 coming out of that. So, for example, actually, if I put this full, right? Now you'll see that it'll start slowly filling up. And now it's going to go half and half to this. But I'm going to do the same here. And then it should normally, there you go, see? That's the only negative, is that it's going to pull in more of those resources there. But it takes a bit of time to create the screws here. So now a stable source is coming this way, which then feeds into them. And then it goes back to normal again. So as you can see, in a few seconds, it'll pull the resources this way. Give it a second. There you go. That one's going there. Boom, that's stopping. Boom, that one's stopping. And then once these are filled up, it continues back this way again. And then it continues. That's what a belt manifold does. It is a more, let's say, complex way of doing what we just did. Nice. Okay. Cool thing is that our rotors are actually going to be produced very quickly here. To be honest, we didn't really need all of this. Well, we did. We did, actually. Let's see where it ends, actually, and then we'll go from there. Because then what we could do is we could build the assemblers. Since it's multiple. Oh shit, actually, we need to move these away. Okay, I have an idea. We could move the assemblers a bit more to the right here. Right? I'll explain why shortly. Okay. Okay, merger. Okay, 30 per minute. So what we could do for this is exactly what we were doing just now. Right? Doing that. Then, you know what we could do? Hold on. Dismantle these. Right? Let's put the assemblers a bit closer. Now it makes more sense. Okay. We will give the rotors there. Then we need to move these guys. Okay. There we go. Because that makes 100 per minute. If we give both of these into here, all right, so that's here, number 4. And let's do it like this, right? Oh, really? I ran out of fucking plates? Damn, okay. Guess I ran out of reinforced plates then. So let's go grab some more. Oh, looks so cool. I'm not used to the rain in the game. That's relatively new. That came out in 1.2.2. Or 1.2, sorry. The gameplay that I'm playing now is 1.2. Alright. So. We. 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 Alright. Come on. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Building can't be nudged. Okay. Here. Oops. Hmm. Oh. See, and this is the one problem with manifolds, is that, as you can see, my manifold is not holding up as well as I expected. So now it's doing okay, you know, it's not doing bad, but it could be better. To be brutally honest right now. You see right now it's giving in all of those rotors. Now this is doing fine. See right now, that's where it's a bit of a problem. Tell it's not doing so well in terms of this shit. Alright. Gonna have to temporarily Jesus Christ. Oh, it's not doing as well as I expected it to. Jesus. There we go. That's better. See, because then... Come on. Okay. Okay. There we go. Alright, there we go. So now the plates are coming in. Okay, good. Okay. What we could do now is have a awesome sink. We need to expand our little thing real quick. Yes, I know. I need to go to Leuven tomorrow. I know. Alright. We'll make the awesome sink right about in the middle. There we go. Then we build the awesome shop right next to it, roughly. Then what we'll do is we'll have a storage container right next to the thing, like so. We will then have a splitter Yes, I know. That's something as well that it does, which I find really cool about games like this, is that it'll actually tell you like, hey, just take a break. You're fine. Just take a break. But I don't want to. No. So that's what I like about this game is it tells you to take a break. You don't have to rush or anything like that, which I think is pretty cool. All right. So what happens now is, I think there's one already in here. Yeah. See? Now it's producing coupons. And the coupons we can use in the Awesome Shop. As you can see, we can get management things. So, for example, putting conveyor belts on the walls, putting them to the floor. We can have organization, so that we have more floodlights. We have customizer, which gives us more paints. Foundations, which gives us more types of foundations to get. Walls, which gives us doors and stuff like that. Architecture gives more structural coolness, I guess. And you can also buy parts if you wanted to. As you can see, we've got 3 parts right now. So, in a matter of minutes, we should be able to get that. But I think we'll do that for another time. Thank you all for coming. It's been a blast. My name is Steven, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!